All right, so let's talk about EPCAL because we have some news regarding EPCAL and the developer that was in contract to buy the land at Riverhead at EPCAL. And I'm going to read you some articles about this because this is just a sham. This organization has no money to pay for this, and they're basically conning the town. And it's just getting to the point where like I said before, I don't think that there should be any more development here, and I think it's just more an example that just let this area be preserved. Most of it. I mean, the buildings that are around here, you keep those buildings, but the rest of this, there shouldn't be any more development. I'm sorry. So I'm going to read you the articles, and then I'm going to come right back, and I'll show you where some of these facilities are. So I'm going to read you a couple of articles on EPCAL and what's going on over there. So this article says Illuminati defaults on $10 million loan and is facing eviction at EPCAL. So a Stamford, Connecticut-based company that loaned Illuminati Aerospace $10 million in 2016 is now taking the company to court, claiming it has defaulted on that loan. Hexcel Corporation is asking the courts to seize property belonging to Illuminati at the Enterprise Park at Calverton in order to turn it over to them, and they are also asking that the due date on the loan be accelerated so it is due immediately. The property in question has a value of $7.4 million, according to an affidavit from Brett Schneider, president of the Global Fibers, a business unit of Hexcel, a commercial aerospace, industrial development, and space and defense contractor. Hexcel filed the lawsuit in state Supreme Court on March 18th, as first reported by Riverhead Local. Illuminati, meanwhile, is also facing eviction from property at EPCAL, owned by Lourdes of Calverton, which leases former Grumman Plant 6 to Illuminati. That case is on the docket for Riverhead Town Justice Court on Wednesday. Illuminati Aerospace is owned by Daniel Preston and owns 25% of Calverton Aviation and Technology, the company in contract to buy 1,643 acres of land at EPCAL from Riverhead Town for $40 million. 555 Group, which is best known for building large shopping malls like the Mall of America in Minnesota, owns the other 75% of CAT. The 1,643 acres are currently vacant and not involved in Hexcel's lawsuit against Illuminati. The lawsuit also names 400 David Court LLC, a wholly owned subsidiary of Illuminati, as the defendant. The former Skydive Long Island property, which Illuminati purchased in 2016 for $3.4 million, is listed on the town's tax map at 400 David Court. The loan from Hexcel was due by May 12, 2023, according to court documents, but the contract gives Hexcel the authority to accelerate the due date if Illuminati is found to be in default of the agreement. The lawsuit claims Illuminati is in default because it failed to pay taxes on the property as required in the loan agreement and failed to adequately maintain insurance on equipment and other collateral property that was pledged as security for the loan. Hexcel claims in its complaint that Illuminati has failed to deliver the collateral equipment it has sought to have turned over. The lawsuit also asks that Illuminati be made to pay all expenses incurred by Hexcel in enforcing the property seizure. Riverhead Supervisor Laura Jen Smith, who opposed declaring CAT qualified and eligible to buy and develop the EPCAL land in November, but was outvoted 3-2, said the town is looking into possible impact of the Hexcel lawsuit. We have reached out to our attorneys who have been working on the contract to see if there is, in fact, anything we need to do because of this, because she said we have not received an answer back. She said Illuminati still doesn't have a certificate of occupancy to operate from the former Plant 6 site. Illuminati first proposed a runway use agreement from Riverhead Town in 2015, the same year it purchased the former Skydive Long Island property at EPCAL. Initially, the company said it planned to build solar-powered unmanned aerial vehicles that would provide wireless internet. It said it would be working with a client, which was a Fortune 250 company that they could not disclose publicly. That partner, who later dropped out of the arrangement with Illuminati, was Facebook, according to former town supervisor Sean Walter. After a deal to sell about 600 acres at EPCAL to a company called Suffolk Industrial fell apart, Mr. Walter announced that Illuminati was seeking to buy all the remaining land town-owned land at EPCAL. Luminati then joined forces with United Refining Company, headed by billionaire John Castimedes, to purchase the EPCAL land, but that deal also disintegrated. The company has since partnered with 555 Group to form Calverton Aviation and Technology. After controversy arose regarding numerous lawsuits filed against Mr. Preston in connection with prior business ventures, 555 said Luminati would only own 25% of CAT and would be a non-voting member. Still, 555 chairman Nader Gazm, I can't even pronounce his name, I'm sorry, Gurmezian told the News Review in March 2018 that Mr. Preston holds more than 100 patents for inventions that could be valuable. Mr. Preston's voicemail was full, and he did not respond to a text message seeking to comment this week. Officials from 555 Group could not be reached for comment on Monday. So the other article is Luminati agrees to leave former Grumman Plant 6, facing eviction from the space it had been leasing at the Enterprise Park at Alberton. Luminati Aerospace has agreed to leave the former Grumman Plant 6, its attorney said on Wednesday. The company, which is a partner in the group looking to buy the remaining buildable acreage at EPCAL, was scheduled to appear in Riverhead Justice Court in relation to an eviction action filed by Leois of Calverton, which owns the facility where Luminati had been based since 2015. Attorney Jonathan Brown said before the court appearance Wednesday that Luminati has agreed to a surrender agreement in which they will move out of Plant 6. The news comes days after it was learned Luminati is being taken to court by EPCAL Corporation, which said the company has defaulted on a $10 million loan from 2016. Luminati Aerospace is owned by Daniel Preston and owns a 25% of Calverton Aviation and Technology, the company contract to buy 1,643 acres of land at EPCAL from Riverhead Town for $40 million. 555 Group, which is best known for developing large shopping malls like Mall of America in Minnesota, owns the other 75%, which is a majority percent of CAT. The 1,643 acres are currently vacant and not involved in EPCAL's lawsuit against Luminati. All right, so we're going to take a look now at the Now you've seen pictures of this place. There's a lot of beautiful places to hike around here, and a lot of beautiful woods, and we want to see it preserved, and it's getting to the point where it really does need to be preserved. So let's see if we can find Building 6 as one of the buildings involved here. Let's see if we can look on the street view. Oh, here it is, Luminati Aerospace. So this is where they're being evicted. You can see it comes up right here. And just by looking at it, you can see they really haven't done much of anything here. It's just a sham. It's just a sham. And at this point, yeah, this is David Court. So I'm going to take a look and show you. It does not look like much has been done here at all. So, and actually, we're heading in the wrong direction, I believe. We're supposed to be heading this way. Or no, we're heading in the right direction. All right, so you can see it's a really nice wooded property, and the town just wants to turn this into. Yeah, this is actually an old street view from when Skydive Long Island was still here. So you can see right here, here's Skydive Long Island, and that says Building 705. So I don't know if that's not Building 6. That's another building here. The point being is that this is in the middle of the Pine Barrens, and you can't have a large development here. The town continues to try to push this, and as time goes on, more and more land gets added to the preservation roster, and it's getting to the point where just preserve the whole thing already. That's the way I feel about it. Just preserve the whole thing, because this is a beautiful open area, and if you've been down Route 25 and you've driven down here and seen it, it's just beautiful. Look at all that open space there. Do you want to see this all filled with buildings? I don't. I want to see this kept open. All right, that's the bottom line. You have these open fields. They're very important for songbirds and owls and things like that, and they're also important because there's woods here too, pine barrens to be exact. So that there are pine barrens here, and I'll show them to you here. Again, you can see here are the pine barrens, and this is actually fairly recent from last June. And you can see here the pines, the pitch pines. So you have a beautiful area of pitch pines here. Now this area is part of the park. And this is the bike path that goes around. So they have a bike path that goes around this property. So people are going out and using this bike path to enjoy nature. So it's obvious that we need to just preserve this already. It's so obvious. It really is just obvious that this whole area needs to be turned into a preserve. The town needs to give up developing it and subdividing it and just turn it into a preserve already. It's only costing the town money. It's costing the taxpayers money, all these things, when you could just have a preserve here and everybody wins. That's the way I feel about it. So I figured I'd read you those updates. And looks like there's again some more pine, little dwarf pines in here. We're gonna have to go here hopefully before it gets too hot and walk around and show you how nice it is here, because there is a bike path that goes around the park here, and I think you could sort of see it. You could see it. I think yeah, there it is. You can see right here. Right here is a bike path. And let's see, it's probably not on this view because yeah, this is an old one from April, but there's a bike path that goes through this spot now. So you can see here, and it's beautiful. Look at all these beautiful pitch pines here. This is the Pine Barren, so of course, you know the way I feel about it. I don't compromise. I want everything preserved. So no more development. Just drop the plans already, Riverhead. Just drop the plans. Turn it into a preserve already. Everybody wins. It saves money for everybody. It saves the taxpayers money. It saves the environment. Just preserve it already. Just give up this boondoggle, this white elephant. Just give it up already. Let's preserve EPCAL once and for all. And that's the way I feel about it. So that'll be it for this video.